Back again with you for another historical matchup between two teams in the rich past of baseball history. The first team we see here are the 1977 Atlanta Braves. While they lost over 100 games, they were kind of a publicity embarrassment as well. Ted Turner actually came down and managed them for one game. They actually had 45-year-old Bob Gibson try out for the team. A lot of different stories on the background of this team, but you might know Carrie Matthews, definitely should know Phil Niekro, who was their ace. But either way, this Braves team really struggled, lost over 100 games, and didn't bring much to the table. Dale Murphy was just a baby on this team, really wasn't even part of their rotation, and it's obviously the post-Hank Aaron days. So not a good team in Braves history, and they actually get a draw against the 1923 Cincinnati Reds, who were a very good team. As you can see, they won 91 games and had stars like Bubbles Hargrave and Ed Roosh on offense, and Dolph Luke, who led the team in WAR as the ace, along with Eparixi. So, may not know all the household names on this Reds team, but they were very good for a good period of time in the early 20s, late teens. So they are obviously the favorites in this series. But as we have seen in some of our other matchups, you just never know. So we will obviously play this out with a home field advantage going to the Reds. The first game is a good pitching matchup. It's Phil Niekro against Dolph Luke. The Reds will want to get off here to a good start. And we'll see what happens in this exciting series. Hopefully it'll be exciting, or maybe the Reds will just plow through here in a short series. But let's see what transpires. Moving to game one. And heading straight to the action, we are in Cincinnati here, Crosley Field. We move to the top of the second. See what view we can get here. Top of the second inning with Darrell Chaney up there for the Braves with runners on second and third. Dolph Luke on the mound. And this one's grounded to second. The play is made there. However, the inning is over and the Braves get nothing on that threat. We'll move now to the top of the third with runners on the corners. 2 outs for Jeff Burroughs up there. Burroughs takes ball 4 and walks. So now the Braves have the bases loaded. Fifth Koroba up there. And Biff pops it up. This one will be playable. It is. Caveney has it, and that inning's over. The scoreless game continues here in the bottom of the third. Pat Duncan up there with Luke on first and 2 outs. And Duncan lines this one into right. This will go all the way to the corner. The pitcher on the bases, so we'll see if he actually tries to score. He will. And it's a RBI triple here for the Reds as they get on the board first. Duncan with an RBI triple is 1-0 as we move all the way to 7th here with 2 outs and a man on first. It's Carrie Matthews up there. And Matthews will hit this one into the hole. It'll get through. Runner moving all the way to third. The throw is not in time. And the Braves here trying to rally. First and second, Hattie Gill is on the mound now for the Reds, facing Willie Montanez. Again, 2 outs. The lefty delivers. Montanez drives it to center. This has some carry on it, and it'll get to Roosh, who grabs it as we hit the stretch in Cincinnati. Top of the 8th, Jeff Burroughs up there with nobody out. Burroughs looks at strike 3 as Bill Harris is the new pitcher. Now he faces Junior Moore. Junior back to the mound. That play will be made by Harris. 2 up, 2 down here in the 8th. And Phil Niekro coming in here as he continues his performance. It's the 8th inning. Rube Bresler will hit this one to left. So Niekro obviously with knuckleball can go deep in the games, and it's still a very close one at 1-0. Rod Gilbreth now in the 9th with Herb McQuaid up there to try to close things out. It's still a 1-0 game. Nobody out. Here's the pitch, hit to short, and it's bobbled. A big error there, it looks like. Cavaney, not the time you want to have an error here in the 9th. And here's Daryl Cheney now up there with nobody out. Cheney will line this one deep to center. This one's got some carry. It'll get all the way off the wall. Runners at second and third, nobody out. The Reds really hanging by a thread here on their lead. Pat Rocket up there. Infield in. Rocket draws the walk. So now the bases are loaded with nobody out. And Barry Bonnell up there. McQuaid in all kinds of trouble. Bonnell will hit this one deep to center. Bruce will get over there. That's going to be a run as the batter tags and scores. It is now 1-1. And Matthews now up there. Matthews will hit this one deep to center. This ball's got some carry way back there. It drops in, and Gary Matthews with a double here. Roche couldn't make the play up against the wall, and it is now 2-1. Atlanta, they've turned the game around here in the 9th. Willie Montanez is going to try to add to the lead with runners on second and third. Montanez will hit a soft single to center. This will score another run. It is 3-1 Braves. Cactus Keck on the mound, and the Reds have just fallen apart here pitching-wise. Jeff Burrows now up there with 2 men on. Burrows will hit this one to center. This one will drop in. Another run. Matthews scores. It is 4-1 Braves. 5-1 now. Bases loaded for Cheney. Cheney hits it to center. Deep, way back. It's got a chance to go, folks. It is a slam. Daryl Cheney slams it out of the park. And wow, it is 9-2 now as we move to the bottom of the 9th. Lou Fonseca up there. The Braves have just blown the game open. This one's hit to left, and it should do it. The catch is made out there by Matthews, and the 100-loss Atlanta Braves put 9 on the board in the 9th inning to win this game 9-2. Niekro stayed in the game, pitched well, held down that 1-0 lead, and Cheney with the big grand slam in this game as the Reds lose in surprising fashion. The bats just weren't there, and the bullpen fell apart. 9-2 the final. So things get even more interesting now as we move to Game 2. Dick Ruthven facing Eparixi. So getting to the action. Crosley Field again. Top of the 3rd. Here come the Braves again. Willie Montanez up there with Matthews on second. Montanez will hit this one to center. Another hit. Matthews will round 3rd. Here comes the throw of the plate. Matthews will beat it. Montanez moves to second. 1-0 Braves here in Game 2 of Eparixi. Bottom now of the frame. Les Mann up there with 2 out and 2 on. Mann will hit this one to left. This one is caught out there. What a play. Gary Matthews, full extension on the dive, makes the play to preserve the lead. What a defensive play by Matthews. And Montanez now comes up in the 5th with nobody out, 2 men on. Montanez hits this one into the gap. This will go a long way all the way to the wall. 1 run in. Other man's going to hold. We got second and third here as the Braves go up now 2-0. In the 5th inning, we're going to move forward now to the 7th inning with George Abrams on the mound. 1 out, bases loaded. Rod Gilbreth up there. Infield is in. Gilbreth will hit this one through the hole in left. This will play 2 more. Wow, the Braves now. Ted Turner must be dancing in the skybox. It is 6-1 as we move to the bottom of the 9th. 2 outs, runners on the corners. And Rouge hits it to right. This will be playable. Easy play by Burrows. 6-1 win by the Braves. And now have shocked the Reds. They've taken the first 2 games of the series on the road. 14 hits in the effort. Carrie Matthews went 4 for 5. Ruthven pitched well. Montanez had 2 doubles and 2 ribbies. And Eparixi didn't have anything today. He got knocked around pretty well. And it was 2 games the Reds will want to forget. The Braves winning both of them. The heavy underdogs, but that's why we play these games. It's a 2-0 series lead. We'll move to Atlanta's Fulton County Stadium, where the Braves have a real chance to shock here as they face Game 3 opponent Pete Donahue, and Andy Messersmith will take them out for the Braves. So things have gotten very interesting as we approach Game 3. So all of a sudden it becomes a very crucial game as we head out to Atlanta for the Game 3 action. Bubbles Hargrave up there, top of the second. Nobody out. Andy Messersmith on the hill. And Hargrave hit this one. It is deep to right and just fair around the foul pole. It'll get out of here. Hargraves hits the home run, and it's 1-0 Reds. As they grab the lead, we'll move all the way to the third now with Sambone on first. Ed Roosh up there. 2 out. Roosh will hit this one deep to right. It gets into the gap. It'll get down. This will plate another run. Roosh will have a triple, and the Reds mean business here in Game 3. It is 2-0 now. Bottom of the third, Atlanta trying to bounce back here against Pete Donahue. Carrie Matthews up there with runners on the corners. Matthews to short. The play is made at second. Moved over the first. Not in time. The run will score. So the Braves get a run there in the third. We'll move to the bottom of the fifth with Darrell Cheney up there with 1 out. Cheney hits this one deep to center, way back there. It'll get all the way to the wall past the center fielder. And Cheney will move all the way to third with a triple. So Cheney, the hero of Game 1 with that grand slam, hits a 3-bagger here. He represents the tying run, and the pitcher's up there. Andy Messersmith with the infield in, and Messersmith will get a deep fly ball here. Let's see if it's deep enough to left. The runner tags. Here comes the throw. It is not in time. The game is tied at 2 as we move to the bottom of the 6th. Carrie Matthews now up there with nobody out. Matthews will hit it to right. Ball will get through. His good series continues. He makes it all the way to second here, hustling. Taking the extra bag. His man made an error out there and right. He bobbled it, and it allowed Matthews to move into second. That could be crucial here. Jeff Burrows steps to the plate. Burrows will hit this one in front of the mound. Matthews moves to third as the play is made at first. And Biff Pocoroba now up there with 2 outs. Pocoroba will lift this one to right, but the play should be made there. Man makes up for the error. This inning's over. The game remains tied at 2. We move to the 7th, where Lou Fonseca's up there. Fonseca rips a single to left. Nobody out. Leadoff single. Fonseca. Here's Rube Bresler. Bresler will hit this one to third. Play is made at second. Turn at first. Not in time. So Bresler is on first. Here's the pitcher, Donahue. Donahue will put down a bunt. This will move the runner. Well, they throw it second. Let's see if they got him out there. They did. They actually turned a double play on an outstanding play On the bunt by Messersmith, it was a little bit too hard, and Donahue put down the bunt, and Messersmith made a beautiful play in the double play, and preserving the lead now, 2-2, or this tie now, 2-2, and the small ball tactics backfired there. So the game continues. Top of the 8th now. Sam Bone up there with nobody out. Bono hit this one back up the middle for a single. Good start here to the 8th for the Reds. Pat Duncan now at the plate. Duncan will try the small ball again, and this time it'll work for the Reds. As runner advances to second, Dave Campbell couldn't get it done as he's replaced Messersmith in this inning. Eddie Roosh now up there with one out and a chance to put the Reds up. Roosh will hit this ball to left. It is in there, and here comes the runner to the plate. Here comes the throw, not in time. And the Reds will take the crucial lead here on an Ed Roosh single, 3-2 in the 8th. And there's another line shot. This one by Hargrave. Down the line, Roosh is moving around the bases. He's going to stop at third. We got runners for the Reds on second and third with one out. Dave Campbell's been knocked around as Les Mann comes up now. And Mann will hit this one to second. The runners will have to hold. So the infield coming in there helps the Braves. Let's see if they can get out of it as Ike Cavaney is up there. Cavaney hits it back to the mound. Can the play be made? No, it's an infield single. It'll score another run. A nice insurance run here for the Reds as Cavaney gets an infield hit. We'll move to the bottom of the 8th now. It's 4-2 with Donahue still in the game. And this one's shot in the center by Barry Bonnell, the center fielder, with nobody out. So let's see if the Braves can make a comeback. Here's Matthews. Matthews hits it to second. Nice play played at second. The turn to first. Not in time, but they get the lead man. Matthews with good speed there. And let's see what Billy Montanez does. Montanez hits it to left, but right at the left fielder. Duncan is there to make the play. We move now to the top of the 9th. It's still 4-2. Rube Bresler facing Max Leone on the hill. There's a ground ball up the middle for a hit. Junior Moore now up there. It's 5-2 in the 9th, and the force will be made at second. The turnover to first, and that'll be a double play. So 2 outs here. Last chance is Darrell Chaney with the man on here in the bottom of the 9th. This is hit second. Play is made. Out is made. Reds take game 3. So the Reds respond the way you would expect them to. The road team has won every game in this series now. This final's 5-2. Pete Donahue was good enough for the win. Andy Messersmith pitched well, but not well enough. And Ed Roosh was 2 for 4 with a triple and 2 RBIs. He got the go-ahead hit. And this series now is 2-1 in favor of Atlanta. But we do see some life here from the Reds as we move out to game 4. Rube Benton will face Preston Hanna as the Braves look to extend their series lead, or the Reds will try to even the series here in game 4. So getting to the action, it is all on the line here in game number 4. Bottom of the 2nd at Fulton County Stadium. Jeff Burrows is up there with 2 men on. Rube Benton on the hill. And Benton walks Burrows to load the bases. That'll bring up Pokoroba. And he hits one to the mound. The play is made at the plate. And the force is made there for 1 out. That'll bring up Gilbreth still with a big shot. Now 2 outs. Gilbreth puts this one in front of the mound. The play is going to be made at first, but is it in time? It is. And the Reds get out of that jam and allow nothing. Some great defense there. And the Reds let an opportunity slide, or the Braves let an opportunity slide away. As top of the second now. And there's a long shot. Way back there. Cabaney hits one out of the park. A solo shot. It's 1-0 Reds here in the second. We'll move all the way to the fifth with Sam Owen up there with 2 on and 1 out against Preston Hanna. That one's lined into left. Catch is made. Tag is not made. Carrie Matthews gets the ball back in. So Pat Duncan now with 2 outs. And Duncan hits this one right back to the mound. Hanna caught it on a liner. Quick reaction, and this inning's over. Still a 1-0 game. Another tight one. Braves up in the bottom of the 6th. Carrie Matthews. Matthews draws the walk. As Benton has a shutout this far, but Willie Montanez here has a chance. Montanez swings through it. Strike 3. That's the first out of the inning. Jeff Burrows up there now. Burrows strikes out. And Benton really pitching some nice baseball here. Okoroba now, the last chance of the inning. He hits it to third. That'll get past the third baseman. We got first and second here. And Gilbreth has a real chance now with 2 outs. He hits it to third. This ball gets through. Runner is waved home. Here comes the cutoff throw. And the Reds let up the tying run. It is now 1-1. Junior Moore has a chance to put the Braves even further up. This is the third. Play is made at first in time, but the Braves tie the game. And we'll move to the 7th now with Bowen up at the plate. He'll lay down a bunt. This will be a tough play. Play is made at first, and the ball's thrown away. Ball thrown away. Bowen will get all the way to second. Moore is charged with an error, and 2 out now with Duncan up there and a runner on second. Duncan hits it the other way. That gets through. Bowen is going to come all the way around if he can beat the throw. He does. A very close play at the plate. Duncan with the RBI single, and the Reds retake the lead here as we go to the bottom of the 7th. Bono up. Bono will hit this one in the deep gap there and left. He'll get around first. He'll giddy up to second. A 2-out double here by Bono. And the Braves have another chance to try to tie this game. Matthews up there. He draws another walk. Benton staying in the game here as Montanez comes up to the plate. Montanez hits this one in the air, but it's not going to get very far. The play is made there by Bresler, and this inning's over. The Reds hold the lead here, bottom of the 8th now. Burrows up there facing the new pitcher, Bill Harris. Burrows draws the walk here with nobody out to lead off the inning. Okoroba now swings and lifts this one to right. Play is going to be made out there. Burns has it. 1 out for Gilbreth. Gilbreth to third, plays at second. And that will not be a double play. So Gilbreth is safe. A good hard slide there to break up the twin killing, and that gives Junior Moore a chance against Cactus Keck, who's in the game. And this is grounded short, but the play is made there. And Cavani gets the lead man there, and it is now 2-1 heading to the top of the 9th, where Bresler's up there with 1 out. against Max Leone. Bresler hits this one to center. It'll get through for a hit. The Reds will look to add to the lead, but they can. And we move straight to the bottom of the ninth with Herb McQuaid up there. Try to close the door. Darrell Cheney at the plate. Cheney hits this one in the hole. That's going to get through for a hit. So the Braves have the tying run on, the go-ahead run, or the winning run, you should say, at the plate. This time it's Pat Rocket. Rocket hits it to first. The play is made there, but the throw can't get him. It's an infield hit. Rocket hit it out, and the Braves are in business here as Bonnell comes up with nobody out. Bonnell hits it to second. Play is made there. Turn the first. Double play. That was tailor-made. Cavani to Fonseca to Daubert. But there's still a chance here as Matthews is up there. George Abrams is the new pitcher. And Darrell Cheney's watching on third. And the pitch is lifted to second. Play is made. Throw to first in time. That'll do it. The Reds have come roaring back in the series. They win this one 2-1, a tight one, as Rube Benton gets the win. Cavani was 2 for 4 with a homer and a ribby. Preston Hanna pitched well, but in the end, it is the Reds who tied this series. They bounced back after losing 2 at home, have won 2 straight in Atlanta, and that'll take the series to the crucial game number 5. Phil Niekro back on the mound against Dolph Luke. It's a repeat of the Game 1 matchup, and this is the crucial game in the series. This is going to determine who is going to take the lead before we head back to Cincinnati. Last game in Atlanta, and right off the bat, Luke's in trouble. We got the bases loaded with nobody out in the bottom of the first. Jeff Burrows up there. Burrows lifts this one to center. Bruce is there. Man tags from third and will score. It is 1-0 Braves. Moving to the top of the second, Rube Besler on now with 2 men on. Besler lines this one over the shortstop's head. This will get down. Here comes a runner to the plate. He'll beat the throw. Besler with an RBI single to tie the game at 1. Bottom of the third. Montanez up there with 2 men on. Montanez grounds it through the hole. This will get a run to the plate. Throw is made. Not in time. Bonnell scores. Montanez gives his team the lead. And Jeff Burrows now a chance to extend it. Burrows to third. They turn one. The throw to first. Double play there to end the inning. That's actually the first 2 outs. One more chance here with Poracova with Matthews on third. He'll hit it to second, but the play is not made. The ball gets through there, and another run comes in. So the Braves now up 3-2 as we move to the top of the fourth. Hargrave on second. Cavani is up. Cavani hits this one up the middle. Let's see if Hargraves is going to come around. He will. The Reds tie it up here, or cut the deficit to 1 actually, as the game moves along to the bottom of the fifth. 3-2 Atlanta. Man on. And a deep shot here by Burrows. It goes all the way to the wall. Runner's going to score. It is an RBI double here by Burrows, and it is 4-2 Atlanta. Top of the 6th for Pat Duncan. Phil Niekro still on the mound here. He can't get Duncan, who draws a walk. The Reds trailing by 2. Here's Roush. Roush will lift this one to center. Play should be made out there. Bonnell's got it. 1 out. We'll move all the way to the top of the 8th now with George Burns at the plate. Niekro's still in the game. Burns singles to right with nobody out. Here's Bond. Bond hits this to center. That'll be caught. Bono makes the play with one out. Here's Pat Duncan. Duncan swings and misses at the knuckle curve on that one. That's Niekro's specialty. Bottom of the eighth. Hillbreath up there. Hillbreath will single with two outs to center. See if the Braves can do anything, which they cannot. So we move to the top of the ninth with Rick Camp on in relief. Ike Cavaney up there. Cavaney will lift this one to right center. Catch is made there. And the Atlanta Braves hold on here in game number 5, winning it 4-2. They had 11 hits on the day. Phil Niekro gets the win. He pitched very well, 8 strong, allowing only 2 earned. Montanez went 4 for 4. And the Braves, ladies and gentlemen, are a game away. Yes, this is a 100-loss team from upsetting the Reds of the 1923 season. It's the first time a home team has won. And moving now to game number 6, Dick Ruthven against Epirixie as the Reds at home have their backs against the wall to try to stay alive in this series. So heading out to Crosley Field for the live action. Epirixie on the mound now in the top of the first inning. Carrie Matthews Jr. at the plate, who's had a very good series. Matthews will hit this one to third. The play is made at second over the first, and a double play for the Reds to squelch a first inning effort by the Braves. Top of the second now. Runner on second. Junior Moore up there. Moore will hit this one to past the third baseman. This one will get to the outfield. Here comes a run around third. The throw of the plate. He is safe, and an RBI for Moore, and the Braves moving up now 1-0 in the game. Bottom of the fourth. Pat Duncan now facing Dick Ruthven. A rounder to short. Play is made there. Throw gets away. Throw gets away. An error there by Cheney. And now Duncan's on third with one out and Hargrave up there. Infield is in. They walk Hargrave. And the Reds here in the fourth looking to put something on the board. Les Mann is at the plate. Mann hits this one to center. It'll drop in there. That'll tie the game. Runner moves to third. Les Mann with the RBI tying single. And Ike Cavaney now up there in a big spot. Cavaney back up the middle. This will put the Reds up a run. The throw to third is going to be in time to get the runner. Not the best decision there by Mann to go, but the run will score. And it's 2-1 Reds. Bottom of the sixth. Ed Roosh up there, and he'll hit one past the center fielder. Ruthven is not having the best days here. There'll be runners on the corners. Cavaney up there. It's 3-1 at this point in time. Bases loaded. Cavaney into the gap. This might clear him, folks. Cavaney drives in two with the double. And the Reds have broken this one wide open. It is now 6-1 as we continue here in the bottom of the sixth. The Reds aren't done yet. Duncan will hit this one past the third baseman. This will score another two if he... Yes, it will. Throws cut off. Steve Hagan having issues, and the Reds are pouring it on here. It is 8-1. They mean business at home. The inning continues. Liner down the line. That is fair to right. More runs coming in for Cincinnati. This is going to be a two-run double. Bone scores. Ed Roosh with a two-run double. It is 10-1 here now in the seventh. Just the game the Reds wanted. This is hit deep to right. It's got some carry. This ball's going to leave the yard. A home run for Burrows. Opposite field against Rixey. It's 10-3 now. 2 outs. Top of the 9th for Junior Moore. Moore hits it to third. This is playable. The play is at second. And the throw is made. And the Reds win 10-3 at home. And they make no doubt about where this series is going. We got another series heading to Game 7. Rixey pitched well. Cavaney 2 for 3 with 3 ribbies. Duncan drove in 2. That 8-run sixth was the difference. And here we go again. It is Game 7 between the 100-loss Braves and the 90-plus win Cincinnati Reds. Andy Messersmith against Pete Donahue for all the marbles. So we head out to the live action. Can the Braves do it? It is top of the first. Willie Montanez facing Pete Donahue with 2 out. And Montanez will start this one in the perfect way for the Braves. It's a solo shot to right. Montanez hammers it. 1-0 Atlanta here in Game 7. Top of the third. Darryl Cheney up there. Cheney goes to the same spot as Montanez. Deep to right. It'll go. Another solo shot. This one even further. 411 feet. It is 2-zip. Top of the fourth. Junior Moore at the plate. Moore is going to get a single up the middle. This might play to run. Here comes a run around third. He's going to come home. He meets the throw. It is 3-0. As we move to the bottom of the fourth, the Reds with work to do. Les Mann up there against Messersmith, who's been very good so far. Mann aligned this one in front of the left fielder. First and second, Ike Cavaney up there. Cavaney hits it to the first baseman. The play is made. Throw to first. Not in time. Bases are loaded here with only 1 out for Lou Fonseca. Fonseca will pop this up. This one will be playable. Moore catches it. A big out there. And now Rube Bressler is the hope of the inning. And the ball gets away. It's a wild pitch. Bad time for it. Hargraves scores. And it is 3-1 now with the pitcher up there. Donahue hits it to second. Play is made there. A nice play by Gilbreth. And it's 3-1 in Game 7. Here's Cavaney again. Messersmith still on the mound. Bottom of the 6th. Messersmith gets the out he needs. Runner on first. 1 out for Fonseca. It's getting serious now as this game moves towards the end. And this one's lined to left for a single. The Reds have the tying runs on the bases. Rube Bressler at the plate. Bressler goes the other way. Play's made at second. Relay to first. Double play. The Braves get the 4-6-3, get out of this mess, and the game continues as we move to the bottom of the 7th with Bone up there to face Messersmith. Owen singles to center off the Braves pitcher, who's been very good. Pat Duncan now. Duncan aligned this one to right center. This one's got some carry, but out there making a wonderful play is Bono. And we will move to the top of the 8th. Still 3-1. Montanez, who's homered already, facing Hattie Gill. Montanez will hit this one to right, beating the shift. The Braves looking for some more insurance. Jeff Burrows up there, this time against Bill Harris. He hits second. but the ball gets through there. The runners will advance to third. The throw is not in time. We got runners on the corners, but now we'll move to the top of the ninth. It's 4-1 with Carrie Matthews up at the plate. Matthews will single to center. Carrie Matthews now at second with 2 outs for Burrows. Burrows singles, but a great play at short. Getting on his feet and throwing is Kavanaugh, and it's not in time. A great effort, saves a run. Eventually, unfortunately for the Reds, that run will score. It's 5-1, fans, and we are in the 9th inning. Drew Bressler facing Rick Camp with 2 men on. And this is line to second. Play is made at second. Relay to first. It is a double play. 2 outs. George Burns, the last hope for the home team. He hits the line shot. It will be caught on a diving play out there by Matthews, and hysteria for the 1977 Braves. They have done it. 100 losses in their season, but in this series they did the upset business, beating the 23 Reds 4-3. That last game was typical of their performance in the series. They just played well when they had to. Messersmith pitching well, getting the win. 13 hits, good defense, and an exciting series. They won 3 out of the 4 games at Crosley Field. It was like their home park. Very impressive for the underdogs. You can see here, Montanez was on fire for the series with 15 hits. Bono with 12 hits. It was Darrell Chaney driving in 6 runs. Carrie Matthews hit .321. The pitching was on point. You had Niekro winning 2 games with a 1.69 ERA. For the Reds, who are stunned, some good bats here. Ike Kavanaugh was quite good with his .462 average. Pat Duncan drove in 5. Ripsey and Luke pitched well, maybe not brilliantly, but well. Even Pete Donahue did well, and it was, for the most part, a low-scoring series, but that's why we play them, folks. The Braves win it in 7 games. The voted MVP is Montanez, who, as we mentioned, was on fire with 15 hits and some clutch ones for the Braves. So that'll do it for us. I hope you really enjoyed this one. I did. Wasn't expecting this. The 1977 Braves upset the 1923 Cincinnati Reds. And we're glad you were with us. We will take a break for now and hope you join us again on our next historical matchup.